All right, we're gonna talk about One of Them Days. This is gonna be a non-spoiler review, so you guys can keep watching. I think it's still playing in theaters, but it is out on digital now. Its film's still doing pretty decently in theaters, especially for a comedy, an R-rated comedy. It's doing quite well. Uh, Reminds me of when, well, I guess when I would go out to the movie theater to watch an R-rated comedy, which I feel like is kind of rare these days. I feel like most people wait for comedies to come out on digital, or comedies even go straight to digital a lot these days, which is sad. To be fair, there's not that many great ones that are coming out these days, but I feel like One of Them Days is one of those films. I feel like Y2K was maybe a tease of getting back to that, but One of Them Days is what we needed and add something different to the comedy films that are on the table right now. I really loved it. Before the movie came out, I actually didn't get a chance to watch the trailer, and then when it was playing in theaters, I just I was like, I'm just gonna try to watch this movie, and I knew that Issa Rae was producing it, who I love and been a fan of for a while. Her show Insecure, I think on HBO, is incredible, and just a big fan of her as a human being. And so just knowing that she was involved with this movie, I was excited for it. My girlfriend wanted to watch it. We're both big fans of Issa Rae. We love Keke Palmer. We love SZA. And it just seemed like a fun movie. Again, I didn't watch the trailer. I was still wanted to watch it that bad. And I had faith in it, kind of. So when I actually started watching the movie, I didn't fully know. I was like, is this going to stay a comedy or is it going to take a horrible, like, horror turn? And I'm kind of glad it didn't. Like, I'm not trying to. I don't think that's a spoiler. I feel like most people have watched the trailer and they kind of know what to expect, whereas I did not. But knowing Issa Rae, I was like, it's got to have some comedy. I just didn't know if the full film was going to stay that, with all the genre mixing these days, which I'm fine with. It just, you know, it's nice to every once in a while stay in one genre, just especially when we get an overload of mixed genre movies. Not that this didn't have like horrific moments or action, or drama. It still had that, but the leading genre was still comedy, which I appreciated. You know, a lot of comedies these days feel like they have to compete with the big blockbusters and do something wild or ridiculous, kind of like what Y2K did. You know what I mean? But this film, these two people, these two actors, Keke Palmer, singer, SZA, they're both musicians and actors. I haven't really seen SZA do any other acting. I guess she was. This is definitely the most acting role she's done. Maybe she's done some little cameos and stuff, but she did a great job. So did Keke Palmer is amazing in this movie. Uh, I just like that it all took place in one day, and it was a movie that epitomized the saying anything that could go wrong will go wrong. It was a little frustrating in that sense, thanks to SZA's character most of the time, who, again, nothing against SZA, I just felt like that character pissed me off a couple times. By the end of it, I loved her still. It was fine, but there were a couple moments where I was like, dude, how are you this stupid? Like it was a little upsetting. I felt, but not enough for me to dislike the movie. It just like it was like, God damn it. But I get that they have to get into more trouble to keep the drama going and keep it interested. I get that. That's storytelling. That's drama. I think everyone else in the film did really well. I wasn't super familiar with all of them, but like what was his name? Joshua David Neal, who played Kashawn, Aziza Scott, who played Bernice, and Patrick Cage, who played Maniac, all did a terrific job. The director, Lawrence Lamont, I believe is kind of a new director. I think he's only done one other film called Corner Store, which I did not see. Yeah, I'm not. It looks like a little indie film. I mean, this movie definitely had an indie vibe to it, which I liked, but it had a little bit more, just probably because Issa Rae's company was producing it. Who else was in? Maude Apatow was an unexpected surprise for me. I loved her character; it was so silly. But overall, just like without getting into it too much, I don't want to spoil the movie. I just thought it was a fun ride, and if you like the people involved, I think you'll like it. If you're familiar with Issa Rae's work, you'll definitely like it. But yeah, I know that working at a theater, some people walked out of the movie, but I feel like you kind of gotta do a little research. Like, it was the people that I saw walk out and ask for a refund for this movie was an old white couple, and it's like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, couldn't you have watched a trailer or something? Like, I knew Issa Rae's work going in. I didn't watch a trailer. I like Keke Palmer, I like SZA. I knew it was gonna be like a black film, like very African American oriented, and that's kind of what a lot of Issa Rae's work is like. And so if you're not into that, then okay, probably don't watch this movie. Just like that old white couple. But overall, such a great film. Definitely one of my favorites of 2025. But I highly recommend it. It's on digital now. You guys can watch it. It's a nice throwback to like some of the R-rated Apatow movies I feel like I would watch, or stuff like that, but for like a new generation. People of color and women being the leads of these R-rated comedies is really important. I guess maybe Dee, which came out 2023 or 2024, I can't remember now, was maybe the last like R-rated comedy that it didn't do as well as One of Them Days, but in terms of people of color leading R-rated films, I thought that was one of my favorites of 2024. That's what it was. But would love to hear what you guys thought of One of Them Days, or will you guys be checking it out? Let me know down below. Stay tuned for more, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I kind of want to just add really quick, if anyone's still watching, just if you've seen it, the one scene that turned me off was the blood scene. That's all I'll say. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was just a little too much for me, and I almost passed out. But other than that, terrific movie. If I rewatch it, I'll probably just do this when that scene comes up, depending on how much food I ate. But again, I get the comedic aspect of it, but I hate needles. I hate that stuff. So, but that's just me. Anyways, I just wanted to end with that. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.